And we're back with another episode of this fine game that some like to call Pokemon Liquid Crystal, and some don't, and they'd be wrong because this game's... what are they doing? This game's clearly Pokemon Liquid Crystal. So anyway, last time we got our 12th badge from Janine, the future gym leader. So, as I demonstrated last time, we're going to head eastward. I don't know what number this route is, we'll soon find out. After we talk to another trapped desk man. You're working on a Pokedex? That's really something. Don't give up. I really have not invested any time into that quest. Route 15, okay, so this is going to be quite a long route. A lot of trainers, so just letting you know what we're getting in for. Also, I brought along Emo replacing Poiple because I think there's some trees that we have to cut down. Not of that much importance, but meh. I could avoid some of these trainers, but I won't. Hold on, I need to phone my mum. Well, that's very appropriate actually, because as of recording this, it's actually Mother's Day. Very strange. Very, very interesting. But by the time you guys will see this, it's not. Also, I don't know if Mother's Day is still the same day in other countries, but here in Britain it is. I don't know. I don't see my mum very often. But I sent her a card, so pleasantries are done. Holy crap, this thing is mirror coat. Well, you know what, this is going to answer once and for all whether the split is in this game. The physical special attack split. Unless, of course, this just kills it. Oh, okay, maybe it's going to explode instead. That shouldn't do too much, he says. Yeah, that was pretty pathetic, Voltorb. Your sacrifice was in vain. And, meh, never mind. Well, this is naturally a job for Fluffles. We're going to get an earthquake to that mofo. So yeah, hang on. I'll start that sentence. Once I defeat this Magnemite. I'm pretty sure that'll defeat this Magnemite. So, being that this is somewhat of a very long couple of routes, if the original crystal's anything to go by, it's gonna take a while. I don't know why, like, when we went down Cycling Road, there are a lot less trainers than I remember there being. But on this one, it seems as though there will just be loads. I'd like to be proven wrong, but I don't think that'll happen. And to be honest, I think this is it's going to be the longest sort of hang on. I'm just trying to focus. Losing my train of thought. Actually, I'm recording in a few days, so I need to get like my mojo back. So yeah, this is going to be like the longest segment, hopefully, unless another Silphco thing happens. That took way too long. Hopefully we don't get anything like that. So, anyway, what I was saying is, judging that this route is probably going to take a while, I was like, I know a few episodes ago I said about, well, all these other people that make videos, they have such cool stories to tell, and things of that nature. Oh man, I really should have kept out Poiple. I'll go use Egbert for this Alakazam, screw it. Man, this person has an Alakazam. These people are getting serious. Anything with that kind of moustache is serious. So yeah, I'm not someone that's been through life, like, doing so many crazy shenanigans that I have, like, so many cool stories to tell, but, what I can do, is I can sort of elaborate on my history with this delightful franchise of Pokemon. I did do this in one Mystery Dungeon episode, not to a great extent though, so I don't know, I'll see how this goes. Also, it will bring back some nice memories. So, from memory... hang on. Let me just locate a full heal, of which I'm sure I have several left over from when I completely didn't need them in the league. But there you go. And I don't, like, this instrument of this song, it's really loud. It's like, I'm wearing headphones, so it's very strange. And it's really, like, piercing my ears. But I have to live with such a thing. But anyway, yeah. So... it's weird because you get some people... what the hell, double barrel? You get some people that have not like been introduced to this franchise until much later than I. I was pretty much around from the beginning, I would say. I'm trying to remember what year it was. But I would have been in year 3? And I'm honestly not sure how to compare that to grades in... other countries, such as America, has their grades of like second grade, which I think you're like 8-ish in second grade. But from memory, year 3 in England, like you start off in your reception, for those of you that don't know, and then you go year 1, year 2, year 3, etc. And it goes all the way up to year 13. So yeah, you'll be in school for a long time if you really wanted. But I was in year 3, I think that's when you're roughly 8 or 9, or maybe 10. I don't know, I don't have such a good memory. But yeah, that's when the anime was here in England. And I think I remember my mate, who, honestly, I've lost contact of him a long time ago, but I suppose I owe him thanks to introducing me to this entire series. I'm sure it would have happened anyway, considering that at the time everyone played the game at its peak. But yeah, he would not shut up about the anime, which was obviously still in the original series. And he was going around and talking to everyone, and everyone else was just kind of like ignoring him, like, eh. Which I did for a while. But he would not shut up about it. Literally, it's gone on for months. So one day, like, I woke up early, I think, and I saw it on TV. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'll give it a watch. And it was the episode where... It was the episode with Aerodactyl. And Charizard chasing Aerodactyl down. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I was not sure what to make of this. I remember my mum or something coming in and it's like, what the hell are you watching? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm watching. But I kind of got into it. And it was around that time that everyone else also started getting into it. And that was an interesting time. Because pretty much nearly everyone I know... or everyone I knew around that time watched the show, and I'm trying to think of what happened first, the games or the cards. I got Pokemon Blue the Christmas of that year, and that took me quite a while to beat. Like, playing back through that now, it's such an easy game, but when you started playing it and when you're a kid, like, you don't think about things. And you teach things all the worst movesets in the world, like, you give... For example, Charizard, like Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Fire Spin. It's like, yeah, this is awesome. No, that's not how you do it. Right, send out Poliwhirl, so let's use Egbert. So yeah, I had Pokemon Blue. Yeah, I don't know if it was the games or the trading cards. No one ever played the trading card game properly at all. Or at least, the people I know did not play it properly at all. It was just a bunch of trading. But I was one of those people that never really traded, and when I did trade, I was kind of felt bad for trading away the cards that I had. It's like, oh, I want that back. I don't know, that's how I saw it anyway. I kind of like that with actual Pokemon. I say actual Pokemon, of course it's not real, but meh. Right, hopefully this will do quite a significant amount of damage to that Ditto. And it's gone. So yeah, and then we were all playing the games fine. I got yellow version at one point, and things are looking good for the Pokemon franchise. But I swear this is how it happened. One day I just went down the street to play the cards with my friends, and I was like, oh, Pokemon's not cool anymore. I was like, what? Like, I swear yesterday it was. He literally said, like, oh, it's not cool anymore, I hate it. It's like, why? What happened to it? I was like really confused, because like, what changed? But suddenly it was uncool. I can't even recall how. Just one day, those exact words. Oh, it's not cool anymore. I was like, what? So I spent all this money on cards, and it just means nothing now. But that's like signaled the end of the main fandom rush. I think during that time there was the first movie and all that shenanigans. I can't even remember. Maybe the second one came out as well. But yeah. It was very a sad day for me, because oh, I still really like it all the time. So yeah, all my friends like stopped playing. But it's weird, I had so much merchandise. I had like that weird Pokédex thing. It was sort of like it's sort of like a calculator. I think it could actually be used as a calculator as well, but you could like press buttons into it, and you could like look up your Pokemon on the Pokédex. It was pretty naff, but it was cool. But yeah, all that went, and like all my stuff never got used. It's very sad. I still played the games though, and then Gold version came out, and I got that and played that. And I'm trying to think, this would be like 99 or 2000. And actually, Pokemon Gold is the first game I ever bought with my own money. Like, and most, I don't know, I imagine some kids would be like, no, why don't you buy it for me? I was like, yeah, right. I'll spend it because I really like Pokemon and I want this game. So yeah, I bought it and I was like, yeah, this game's crazy. And this is back on a Game Boy Color, of course. Which is good times, even though it was that era of handheld is just categorized by not being able to see your game at night. And looking back, I can't think of how we managed to live through such an era. Like, you couldn't see anything unless you had like a torch or something. It was really stupid. But yeah, you kids should be grateful we live in an era of console backlighting. Good times, kind of, not really. Yeah. And then it was during that, well, I mean, I stopped watching the show roughly when Johto started coming out, which is good because apparently it just got worse. I can't say I've been through to see every episode of the series, which I definitely haven't done, but apparently it just got very stale at that point, and it's like, yeah, it sort of like mirrored what was happening to the actual franchise itself and everyone just leaving it. I'm gonna use Toxic. I don't think I've used it yet. Aha! The mirror move failed, biatch. Yeah! So yeah, I'm trying to think what happened next. So this was like the one time, I think, round about that time, although I did go and see the third film. I remember, like, looking back, I think I went, my dad, like, took us and stuff, like, me and my siblings, I think, went, and I think, like, they were kind of like, really? But I don't know, some of us really liked it. Others were like, is this still going? But yeah, but it was roughly around that time that I think it's the only time since Pokemon existed that I kind of stopped playing it. Just because there's no one to play it with, and it was the era where, I'm sure some of you have this still, in fact, where, like, if you even mention that you played Pokemon in school, like, you would get picked on to no end, so I had to, like, keep it hidden. But then I just end up stop playing it, kind of. This was after year 7, so I would have been about, I can't even remember, like 12, 13, 14, something like that. I remember the last day of school, a bunch of us went and played Pokemon. I actually traded with everyone and completed my Pokedex for gold, and that was the first Pokedex I've ever completed. So that was a good day, but then that was like the last day I played it in a while. And for the next few years, like, we went to secondary school, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, everyone's like stopped playing it now, which is a bit sad. And this is the sort of time where Ruby and Sapphire came out, but I kind of like didn't acknowledge it, and also I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, so I couldn't play it anyway. But yeah, I stopped playing it for a while. I remember seeing like the first few Pokemon being released or announced for that game. It was like Wailmer was one of them, Kecleon, I think Azurill was another, and I was kind of like, these things are really strange. Oh, damn regrowing trees, they're back! I'm trying to think what happened next, to be honest. That's it. I went round my mate's house, and they had like a ROM of Ruby version. I was like, I haven't played Pokemon in ages, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then from that moment on, I just kind of got hooked. It was just before when Emerald came out, so I got Emerald, and by that point I did have an Advance. I didn't have many games for it, and it did not see much usage, to be honest. I got Emerald, had a blast of Emerald. And then from that moment on, like, this was roughly about 2004, 2005. And then I don't know what actually caused what was about to happen next, but I like stumbled across Cerebi.net, or Cerebi, or however you say it. And yeah, I still use that website. The forums I joined in 2005, I still post there all the time. Mostly it's actually not even Pokemon related, but it's crazy to think that. So, like, I've known that forum for more than most people that I know today. It's very strange, very strange. I'm not like I don't use it at any sort of personal level, like, oh, I've made loads of friends on there, although one of my best friends is actually, we met through there, so that's quite nice, if a bit lame, but I don't care. But yeah, crazy times, and I joined that roughly when 4th gen was being announced. That was a crazy long time ago. There's only 5 4th gen Pokemon, and it was really exciting. It was the first time that I would pay attention to any sort of announcement. But this is still in the period where if you revealed that you played Pokemon, you just get picked on forever. And it's kind of, well, not as bad as it was, say, in primary and middle school, but it was still like, I should probably just not mention that I play it, except to some of my mates who didn't care. So yeah, I understand people that still do that. You can say like, oh, well, they won't be your real friends if they don't like you, but it's hard to actually act upon that. And it doesn't really matter, you don't have to announce things anyway. I don't know. It's a really strange situation, and also school sucks and has nothing to do with any sort of real life. Well, I say that as in any sort of life after that. Oh, also, there's no way that I'm gonna ever get a Chansey for this woman. And a wild Pokemon. We haven't actually heard this battle music for a while. And it seems like there's an instrument missing from it. That's my main beef with it. I don't know, it feels like it's not remixed properly. That's a fair criticism. It seems like there's an instrument they forgot to put in. Where was I? I faced him. I'm trying to remember who I faced, goddammit. I haven't faced this guy yet. So yeah, and then I still couldn't get when Diamond and Pearl came out, and I was like, oh wow, I've been following it for ages, but I couldn't actually get it because I didn't have a Nintendo DS. So I was like, really? It's really sad. But then my mate convinced me to. I know I'm saying a lot, and I hate that, but I can't help it. But yeah, he convinced me to get a DS just for that game, and I was like, okay. I said it again. I said again. Meh, meh. Ice Punch this Bulbasaur to make up for it. So I bought a DS, and I got Pearl, which I got all the Pokemon on that game except for Arceus, and I still have that original save file from when I bought it, which is insane. I'm never I said it again. I'm never deleting that. I don't think that'll ever happen. I've moved a lot of my Pokemon off it to my white version, but I'm still keeping it around. It's still got all my original things from that on it. And all the previous games I've played, either I've lost the cartridges or the data just doesn't exist on that file anymore. So technically, well, I mean, yeah, it's the oldest save file I have is my Pearl version. And from then on, I've pretty much bought every game since then. And it reached the point where, for some reason, as soon as you get to university, which is college or something like that in other countries, I don't know, I'm not an expert on foreign education, but I believe it's just college, which is the equivalent of university here in England. For some reason, everyone seemed to love Pokemon, and still does. I was like, hey? How has this happened? For some reason, everyone. It seemed to almost be cool. It's very strange as well. There seems to be some recent thing where being nerdy is cool. God damn it, they didn't know how hard it was. They didn't know. But yeah, then I could boast all I wanted about everything I'd done with the games. And it was a lot of things. I've played Pokemon for a long time. So yeah, if you're in that position where it's I can't tell anyone I like Pokemon, I'll get picked on, it gets a lot better. To the point where I think my obsession for football now gets picked on more than it does for Pokemon, and that, I could never imagine that scenario. Whew. I think that pretty much covers most of what I was going to say, and we've just ended Route 13. I think that's a good place to leave it for now, because this route is massive. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my random tales. I don't know if that's a good format for this series, but it was either that or watch me just battle a bunch of people. And that is no good. So, next time, I might continue that tale or I might do something else. But hopefully, we'll get through Route 13 and 12. So we'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Toodles. Really? What are you talking about? Cats repel creepers. I can't stick around though. He's probably stopped chasing me now, but I'm not trusting that. And this jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked, etc. original. Yo!